For a long time, many have speculated that Chrisean Jr. is disabled. However, Chrisean has continuously maintained that he is completely well and that others are overstating things. But after all this time, there are signs that Junior could need medical attention. Additionally, it appears that Cash has known this for some time and has purposefully failed to assist him. Additionally, she has been making every effort to conceal the signs of Junior's illness. She has been revealed, and further insiders have confirmed her willingness to go to great lengths to conceal herself. It appears that she has finished her game. Ironically, Blueface was the first to raise the possibility that Junior was struggling. A few months after the baby was born, Blueface went on a lung diet tribe on Twitter, stating, "He smoked a joint on the way to the hospital. He smoked before giving birth. Thus, you were born smoking. You don't think that I can truly have the child? But even if I don't intend to adopt the child, I will behave properly if you don't show the right signs." He further stated, "My son is not healthy because she smoked, drank, and was hit throughout her pregnancy, making it impossible for her to take even a month off." He also mentioned that their child suffered a hernia as a result of her drinking and smoking. "My kid D looks like this, and she was concerned about me and the infant like B," he wrote on Twitter. "Get her son C right. Then do whatever you want." Accompanied with a picture showing Junior's private parts, the baby's hernia procedure is still pending. He went on to suggest that Chrisean was in denial and was refusing to get the operation. "She lies about how steady she is and how healthy he is while discussing me and my seat. Once our son's seat has been fixed, find another writer. Kindly tag her in her posts or pages, or do whatever else is required to make sure I don't become the main focus of Liv." Furthermore, he exposed Chrisean for partaking in nose candy when he said, "I tried to do the right thing to keep it private, but this girl keeps on and on. Leave me alone, baby. Yes, she is inappropriate and a horrible mother. She has been putting off the operation and missing the appointment to do as she pleases. When I went to Baltimore, I assumed it was surgery, but they were talking about how she had skipped the appointment." Ken went on to add, "Blue knows his appointment is already arranged with his surgeon, so don't sit here and lie. I have been going to all of Blueface's consultations in Baltimore, and I am claiming that he did all of that in an attempt to take the child away from her. I am doing everything in my power to help Blueface, and now that you are driving that car to take my child away, I would be overjoyed if they would remove your stupid self for that brief moment." The ridiculousness of this situation is highlighted by the fact that Blueface would be the responsible parent. We are aware of Chrissy's heavy drinking during her pregnancy, and there were claims that Junior suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, a condition that occurs when a pregnant woman drinks alcohol.
I woke up today knowing I don't want a child no more. I don't want no kid no more. I don't think I want to be a girl. We have a Blueface girlfriend.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
So you can't liquor?
Yes, I can. I can the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
You should do
you
it.
can't.
Another peculiarity that spectators saw about Junior was that he didn't cry like a normal infant. Fans began to worry that Junior could have eyesight problems after seeing him in several films attempting to touch objects or gazing into space. And they also noticed a respirator machine in one of her photos, which was unnerving to say the least. Chrisean, still living in denial, said her kid was well and that nothing was wrong with him despite his lack of eye movement, which is normal for most babies his age.
Talking, walking, playing football, everything. Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with, what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child, to be honest. But I like this.
But her behavior made it obvious that she was lying about his condition. For instance, she shared photos of him on his first birthday in September of last year that appeared to show him standing, but fans quickly saw that he was being propped up to lean against her thigh. Her ability to make him appear more normal was another thing that fans noticed. She modifies his internet photos. Others have even accused her of purposefully denying Junior's assistance because she was in denial about Blueface's mother, Karlissa. Talked about her initial feelings when she watched Junior live on Instagram, saying she could tell something wasn't right as soon as she saw him.
Saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. But you know what I said? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. If he can laugh and he can cry and he can smile, he can still be a joy in this world. But that's okay. That was my first time seeing him. I never seen him whoop before. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans was doing something to the pictures or, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say.
She also said that Junior's condition was brought on by Christian's drinking.
Drank and smoked while they was pregnant. That's why they're so angry. Because who the fuck is angry? You supposed to be angry at him that did this. Not, that's the reason why you don't find it to be angry is because you did it. Then y'all want to hop on here I'm talking about my grandbaby. No, I'm talking about the trifling.
And since Christian is in denial, as I already mentioned, you would think that she would try to help him. She attempted to help Junior, but Chrisean turned her down. As per her former acquaintance, Jana.
Why didn't you convince her to help Junior? I did. My cousin is a specialist. I did the best I could. My cousin works with autistic children. She works one-on-one with all kinds of children. It don't matter if you're autistic, if you're not, if you're regular children, we offered the help as much as we can. My cousin literally has her BA in all of this. It's when people are in denial of stuff, it's you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually.
However, that isn't the entire tale. Christian's best friend was Marsh, and they had a falling out when Christian was in prison over Junior's health. Marsh wanted to take the baby to the hospital while he was being cared for, and Christian lost. And when she learned that Marsh was attempting to get Junior checked out, Marsh stated in a leaked text conversation with her friend that she became irate when I told her I couldn't keep Junior. She also said that when she phoned from jail, she continued promising me money and other things. But Junior was only wearing clothing, and my Cash App didn't display anything for days. And she threatened to send him to the hospital because he kept spitting up when I had my sister babysit him so I could take some customers to receive run money. I informed her when Chrissy phoned and she got really agitated, so I had Smiley come get him. He had no clothing, shoes, blankets, car seats, or bottles on his back. No milk since he can't eat anything. I still had to look after my own child even if I bought everything I could. I used to be exposed to Chrisean Reddit every day with notifications on so that I would be the first to see it whenever someone posted, Chrissy said, apparently refusing to even seek her kid medical treatment since she was so desperate to keep his illness a secret, Mara said. You may hear the Reddit notifications if you listen to her life. Marsh further claims that Chrisean went out of her way to set up picture shoots to make it seem as though Junior was all right, in order to maintain appearances for her fans. She would show me Reddit posts saying stuff like, he can't walk, and he can't hold himself up as she was putting on her lashes. I would then respond, Chrissy, he can't though, following the publication of an image of him utilizing his walker. And she would respond, I've got to make them think he can, otherwise they're going to be saying he messed up because I was drinking, but I wasn't even drinking that much. She's sick, dude. Fans have accused her of feigning spirituality rather than accepting responsibility, demonstrating her complete naivete. She is still not receiving the necessary therapy since Christian has been obsessed with finding God and all that spiritual stuff. He was more than 2 years old and still having trouble holding his head up when she most recently appeared at an event with Junior. Fans, however, don't buy this and condemn her for being fake and spiritual instead of attempting to support her son. This is depressing. Ladies, Chrisean is a genuine group of people who can help her son. I genuinely want to know why Chrisean is not going to jail time for giving birth to her unborn child. I'm not trying to drag the baby because that's ridiculous, but is it legal to have mothers here? Said one admirer. Furthermore, even though Chrisean's 20-month-old infant is unable to walk, talk, or keep his head up, someone notifies social services about her. She even refuses assistance in medical care. So this must be childhood. This is a regrettable situation.
The pure irony, right? I mean, this has to be one of the most ironic situations pertaining to Chrisean Rock that we could even be discussing. I mean, come on now. You did everything that would lead to your son's health decline. But now, after everyone's getting on your head, after everyone's calling you a horrible mother, everyone's calling you a neglectful parent, a selfish person, a horrible human being, right? Now that you're being called these things, now that there's actually some pushback against what you've done, oh, well, now you want to release these videos, you want to release these quote-unquote AI videos, right? Or photoshopping, you know, you wanna manipulate things in a synthetic way to make your son, to make Junior appear more healthy than he is, right? But that's incredibly ironic because all you had to do for him to actually be that healthy was care when it mattered the most, right? When you were pregnant with Junior, when you were twerking and you were in the club and you were dancing and drinking, right? When you were doing these things, that was the time to care. That was the time, right? Now is not the time. Now you're trying to make him look healthy. You know, that's not good. What should have happened was when you were pregnant, you should have been doing the things that would make him end up healthy, that would make him be healthy. You know, you're focused on the appearance of things, not on the depths of things, not what's really inside, right? You're just focused on the veneer. Oh, if it looks good, then we're good. No, y'all ain't. No, y'all ain't good. Because you can show him walking, you can show him doing all of this, and whatever little video you made up or whatever you made, you can do that as much as you want. You can Photoshop whatever you want, you can edit things however you want. But the reality is when that kid goes to school, everyone in his class is gonna know what the truth is. You know, you're not gonna be able to hide that. You can't AI real life. You can't. You can't do that. There's not gonna be any way to fake that in real life. You know, once he's really in the fire, in elementary school, middle school, etc., all of these disabilities are going to be coming to the forefront, and we're going to know no matter what. Even if you lie about it for years right now, you can only get away with that for a certain amount of time before he's exposed. He'll be in school, people will be having their phones out, they'll take videos of him, they'll make fun of him, right? Mainly because, not only because he's different than the other kids, and kids only respect people who are similar to them or have more authority than them. So they'll look at a kid like Junior and they'll be like, he doesn't have more authority than me, and he's not similar to me because he can't speak the way that we speak, and he can't walk the way that we walk. You know, you might have a speech impediment, might have difficulty walking, all of these things, right? Kids see that and they make fun of you, right? They don't help you or think about how bad your situation is, right? They might want to record him, something like that, because he's Blueface and Chrisean's kid. He's a famous kid, right? So I think that's where the problem happens, right? Because you can do all of this AI all you want, but it's all going to be exposed. It's all going to come to the light. You already ruined this kid. You've already doomed him to a miserable fate, right? He's always going to be more challenged than his peers. He's always going to be set back from his peers because of his health, right? And his disabilities that he allegedly has, right? These are things that are not small. These are massive, monumental things when it comes to a child's development, okay? And you've screwed him in every way when it comes to his own development, right? And so putting out a fake video or putting out some Photoshop post is not going to save that. There's nothing you can do to save that now. All you could have done, you should have been responsible when it mattered the most. You should have cared about this when it really mattered, right? That's what a good person would have done. That's what a good, responsible parent would have done. You know, someone who cares about their children. They would have taken those actions, but Chrisean obviously didn't care. She prioritized her own selfishness and twerking and clubbing and drinking and doing all of these things other than taking care of her kid and doing the things that really matter, right? And making sure that her kid's gonna be healthy when he's born. So now you gotta put out stuff like this. Now you gotta do stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's horrible, y'all. But let me know what y'all think about this stuff. What do you guys think about everything that was mentioned in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, subscribe. And yeah, Snow's right here. And if you want more content from an intellectual titan like myself, you know what to do. You turn on the notifications. You want to be in a community of like-minded individuals, people who are on a higher level of consciousness, people who don't follow these degenerate agendas, who are a cut above the rest of the scumbags on this earth, who just follow and consume everything without thinking twice about it. Well, then you know what to do, right? If you want to be a part of a community like that, a community of people who are on a higher level of consciousness, higher level individuals, well then you're going to contribute. You're going to do the things that contribute to that reality for yourself, right? You're going to subscribe, you're going to comment, you're going to like the video. Okay, you know what to do. Snow's right here. Like I said, tuning out. Be easy, y'all.